In the world there are several types of traders: swing traders or those who like to trade more long-term, day traders those who like to trade more daily, and finally would be the scalpers, those traders who like the action, who operate in very low time frames, 5 minutes, 1 minute, even in second candles. Today we are going to pay a small tribute to the latter, as we are going to explain step by step one of the ninja strategies in 1 minute time frame. Be very attentive, because this type of strategies must be performed perfectly to maximize our profits. Welcome to the trader's game. And before we start, remember that in the description you have the links to join us in our Telegram community, where every day we post charts and analysis of what is happening in the financial markets. And also the trading bonus page, which has been updated and have added new promotions and free bonuses for all those who are starting in the world of trading. Do not forget to leave your email if you want to receive a weekly newsletter with everything that has happened during those days. We are already in the 1 minute time frame, in the Bitcoin pair 1 USDT. As always, our strategies can be used both in the traditional market, stocks, commodities, as in Forex and crypto, and in this case first we will use two indicators. The first one would be this one here, created by Jagged Soft, and already used by more than 1,000 people. Click on it, and we will see something like this. As you can see, it is an indicator that also shows us a few sell and buy signals, which in itself, if we look a little, are not bad, because as you see in this area seems to be met almost perfectly. The bad thing is that it is an indicator that is repainted, that is to say that it lags in the moments in which it marks these signals, and it can get to confuse you when you want to launch that operation. That is why we are going to add a second indicator, the most basic in the world, the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. We put it in, and now we're going to set everything up a little bit better. First of all, we remove in the G trend those signals, simply by unchecking the show cross, and in style we can make everything a little bit more visual. As you see, the average part are simply the lines that indicate those trend changes. We could even remove it without any problem, that's up to your taste, and those waves will raise a little opacity to see everything a little better. We give it to accept, and as you see, everything is already much clearer. As for the RSI, I am simply going to change it aesthetically to my liking. What I always do is to put the line at the top in red, because it is the overbought area where we should normally sell, and at the bottom in green, because it is the area of the oversold price where we should normally buy. The middle line, in this case, we are going to remove it, the bottom also, and now would come the most important thing. We will place two horizontal lines. The first we will put it in the coordinates 60, that is to say in the level 60 of the RSI, and the lower line we will put it in 40, because basically our entries are going to depend on this. In the case that we are looking for long entries, in long, what we are going to look for is that first the G trend is in positive, that is to say in green, which would tell us that we are in an uptrend, and then we will wait for this type of pullbacks to the bottom or to this green average. In fact, we could even put it a little thicker, so that it helps us when we are looking for those entries. In this case, we already have the green zone. We look for those pullbacks, but not just any pullback, but we have to be prepared for the moment that one of those pullbacks occurs. In the area between the two lines that we have placed in the RSI, the cut occurs, in this case bullish, of the yellow average. At that moment we should not enter, but we will have to wait for a confirmation, until the moment that after having that cross, the RSI exceeds the upper line, i.e. the 60 level. This would happen just in this candle, so at that moment we will place our operation. We will put the stop loss below the previous minimum, and our take profit with ratio 1.5, and as you can see, in only 5 or 6 minutes we would already be in positive. In the previous wave, a little further back, we have another very clear example. We see several pullbacks to that average at the bottom, but if we look at the RSI, the price is sideways, and at no time the rules that we have just discussed occur, except at this point here, because we see how after this pullback the RSI cuts the yellow average and continues to rise, crossing the 60 points. At this point we would place our trade again, stop loss below the previous low, and take profit at 1.5 ratio. Again we touch the take profit. We can keep looking, we will always find a setup that meets the rules, And of course, this is something very difficult when talking about a strategy in 1 minute temporality. But still, if we are strict, we will get an incredible win rate. In the case of looking for a short operation in a downtrend, it would be exactly the same. We wait to have that pullback and we look if we have a cross of the RSI, in this case down, with the yellow mean. And of course, to be looking for a short, we will wait for the RSI to also break down the area, in this case of 40 points. We mark that candle, and at the time it closes we place our stop loss above the previous highs and put that ratio 1.5, there we have it. As you can see, then the RSI even goes up again and makes another crossover and another cut to the 40 points zone, which would also mark this entry here, because again we would place another trade, same previous highs and ratio 1.5. Although you can see how later the downtrend is amplified and we could earn much more money letting it run, you have to keep one thing in mind, and that is that being a strategy in such a low temporality as a minute, we cannot get carried away by feelings, but we have to have a cool head and do things in a completely systematic way, be disciplined, because in the long run we will get much more profit. Directly, we have to be like robots that locate those perfect entries, place their operations always nailing that ratio 1.5/1, place the stop loss and take profit, and simply wait. Sincerely, this ninja strategy has seemed to me one of the most profitable that can be used for this 1 minute time frame, if we are, as I say, completely rigorous. So I encourage you to try it and let us know in the comments below what you think, and especially if you are already getting results. As always, thank you very much for watching us from the entire team of The Trader's Game. We would appreciate it if you leave us a nice like if you like our work, and do not forget to go through the description, where you will find our free Telegram community and the link to the trading bonus page, where all those who are starting in the world of trading or want to try other platforms, you will find the best in the market. And as always, accompanied by an exclusive bonus for our community. See you in the next video of The Trader's Game.